Well, it's a tale of two halves. Hopefully we, as a team, we learned something tonight. We played really well the first half. I thought we defended well. I thought we shared the ball, we scored the ball. Second half, first 4 minutes, second half are critical. And we didn't come out of the locker room the way we needed to. That was kind of the theme, I think, at halftime, coming out the first 4 minutes and defending them. And, but we didn't do it. And we gave them hope, and they're tough, competitive kids, and they want to win too. And they came at us and scored at will. So we've got to clean that up, and hopefully we learn from that. Proud of our team for making a place down the stretch to win the game, but there's a lot to take away from this game.
Bill Wagner from the Baltimore Sun and Capital Gazette. I guess just down the stretch, I mean, what did you feel was the difference? Obviously, Benini hit a really big pull-up jumper when you're on the ropes. Then you got to stop, and Dorsey hit a three, and that gave you a little bit of a cushion, just enough to survive, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he made a couple free throws too along the way. Yeah, you know, Austin came in, made a big basket, made a nice pass. You know, we got to have guys come off the bench and do some things, and I was glad that we decided to play him and Austin Inns together because we thought we needed another ball handler on the floor. We turned it over against a 1-3-1. I wasn't happy about that, so we put both of those guys in there to take care of the ball and try to get us in some offense.
So this is your third win in this event, the Veterans Classic. Do you think, considering Princeton's pedigree and the fact they're defending Ivy League champs, this might have been the best win you've had in this event?
Well, you know, I don't know. We beat Pitt here, right? I think they were in the GW. So Princeton's a very good basketball team, very good program, obviously a historic program. I think they'll be one of the better teams in the Ivy League. They've got a guy or two that are really, really good. You know, as you saw, number 20 tonight was really good for them, and he's a very good player. And the kid inside had a big night against us, Kelman. So, you know, they got guys who can score, and they got guys who can shoot the basketball. You know, at this point for me was that we had a couple loose balls that we needed to pick up late that bounced around and rattled around, and they were to find them and, you know, reverse it and bang a three. So those are plays we have to make. It was a good win for us. Anytime we can win and, you know, and get a win in our Veterans Classic, it's good for us. So we'll take it and we'll move on and try to learn, Bill. We got to learn.
Yeah, I was going to ask a little bit about those scrambles there at the end, but you know, for the most part, in the last few minutes defensively, were you reasonably happy with what you guys were able to do? Yeah,
the last couple of minutes we were okay. And they shot a couple balls and then bounced around, and sometimes the basketball guys are saying, okay, you're not going to grab that one. It wasn't like lack of effort or we weren't after the ball. It was sort of like for us, the ball had some grease on it. We couldn't grab it, and it was all over the place. So we finally, I thought we made some plays, but give them credit. They came up with the loose balls and banged some shots.
Sean, you guys shot 72% from the field in the first half. You were on fire. What was working well for the offense in that first half?
Yeah, no, when the offense is working and everything's clicking, you look like a great team. But it's on the defensive end, and we played well defensively in the first half. I was pretty happy with the way we played. I know Coach was too. But again, it's a telltale two halves, and we got to come out in the first 4 minutes of that second half. We need to be strong defensively.
Sean, kind of a storyline all night across both games was the court conditions. How did you feel being out there, experiencing the floor? What were your thoughts on it?
I didn't really notice it too much. I know a couple guys fell, it was wiped up, it took a while. But other than that, I really didn't notice it.
Coach, you helped create this event, and Sean, you got to experience it. What is so special to both of you guys about the Veterans Classic?
Well, we created it 9 years ago. I think the special thing and the idea of the whole thing was to honor veterans. Let's use the game as a vehicle to drive, to bring awareness to our veterans and pay tribute to our veterans who've given so much for all of us to do what we were able to do. And, you know, then I think hopefully it brings some energy to our community and you know, brings people from out of town to our community, and they get to experience what a great place we live in Annapolis, and what a great campus we have, and what a great school I have the privilege to coach at. So hopefully it's been a win-win for everybody in all fronts, other than, you know, we're gonna be here 11:15 and Patrick looks tired. But other than that, I think it's been a great event, and everybody who leaves the event raves about coming here and you know, and getting to live the life of a midshipman for a day like they did yesterday, Sean.
Right, I mean, I think you look at the perspective of the other teams and just kind of sitting down at dinner last night and talking with some of the guys on the other teams. They kind of enjoyed the experience they had here. So I kind of look at it as you have 3 other high programs or very well-known programs coming in, and we just compete and have fun. And then they get to experience the midshipman life and what goes on in the service academy. And I think that it gives them a new perspective too. So maybe it helps bring them together as well, but I know it unites us.
So Sean, positive and negative. You scored 20 points. The team is going to need you to produce like that with all of the production that was lost from last season with Greg and Richard and Carter. But then on the downside, the missing the free throws down the stretch when it's time to put the game away. Can you talk about both things?
Sure. I mean, I think it's pretty known I need to make that free throw down the stretch, and that's what good players do, and I need to do that. As far as offensively, other guys are getting me in the right spots, getting the ball. We're moving the ball well. It's fun playing with these guys. So I think maybe success offensively, you got to credit other guys and the way that they're getting me the ball, the way that they're driving, they're kicking, getting an open shot. Deaver had a couple of really nice passes out of the double in the post. Yeah, so you got to credit the teammates and the coaching staff for putting me in that situation to succeed.
In fairness to him, once he missed the first free throw, he was supposed to miss the second one. There's only 3 minutes and 3 seconds to go. They were out of town.
Right, so the clock's not done.
Yeah, that would have been a heave and whatever. So, in fairness to him. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No problem. I will overcome my apparent grogginess to extend this a little bit longer here. But for both of you, how would you kind of size up the first week of the season?
Well, I had that's a good question, Patrick. You go on the road and you beat a William Mary team in the Colonial League, and we won the game. We played pretty good, won it handily, and you come in here and you play a good Princeton team, and as good players, and we're able to figure out a way to win. I thought the first half we played really good basketball on both ends of the floor, so I was really happy with our guys. We're 2-0. I'm very, very happy. I think we got to figure out our substitutions a little better. I got to do a better job. We got to get some guys off the bench playing a little better. That's important. So we got a lot of work to do. We lost a lot of pieces. We lost a lot of scoring. We lost some guys who played a lot of minutes. And now we're putting other guys in a position that, this is their first go around. So, we're an older team in spots, but we're really young in other spots and inexperienced. Chris Jones played tonight. He's a senior, but he hadn't played before. So, he doesn't have the miles on his legs and the experience yet, but he's a senior. So we're older, but we don't, we lack some experience. So hopefully we'll continue to grow and develop, and Sean will continue to play well. We need him and Tyler and Dorsey and Deaver. We need our guys who played a lot of minutes throughout their careers. We need them to continue to do well.
I think Coach says all the time, it's hard to win. If it was easy, everybody would do it. And he nonstop says that. So being 2-0, that's great. But there's so much room for improvement. And I think we know it in the locker room. There's so much room for growth. And we need to learn from this experience in the second half tonight and get there.
Sean, there was a great student section there today. What type of impact did it have on you as an athlete, having so many members of the brigade out there?
I mean, anytime you have your peers at your game, that's an exciting thing. To bring the energy, bring the enthusiasm, that's something that we need. And I appreciate every one of them who came out tonight. I'm just glad we got the win.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Thank you.